Alright, muri yeZimbabwe kusangana kwatiri kuita zvakarepo pano paZim News update apo patinoda kupa mafirst hand update anonga ari kuitika munyika yedu yeZimbabwe. Sekuzva kwatiri kuita kuti zvinhu hazvina kumira zvakanaka muno munyika yeZimbabwe apo patiri kuona President Emmerson Mnangagwa naVice President Chiwenga Vice President wavo vari kudhonzerana apo patakaona vaSiril Ramaphosa vakambouya kuda kumbogadzirisa nyaya iyoyi, but tiri kuona kuti nyaya iyoyi kubva vaSiril Ramaphosa vabuda muno munyika yeZimbabwe iri kuramba ichienderera mberi tisikazozive kuti nyaya iyi ichaguma sei, sezvo tiri kuona kuti ndo mviro dzemhanza mapfeka ndo matangira akaita zvinhu zvana President Robert Mugabe zvakangotanga zvichingonetsa kudzamara vakudza namashoko ekutoti ano vaMnangagwa munofanira kuresigna, mashoko akudzwa Vice President pari zvino naVirginia Mabhiza. So tiri kuona panapa according to Rutendo Matinyarare akataura iye achitoti no mazuva aya pakabuda nhauwa dzezvimahembe nezvimachichi zvakanyorwa kunzi Chiwenga must go zvaprindiswa naTemba Muliswa. Tiri kuona kuti wakareceiva mameseji kubva kumilitary vachitaura kuti huna vanhu vako vaya, because tiri kuona kuti Rutendo Matinyarare ali linked nevanhu ava vakaita sort of like zvigananda anakudata Grey nanachichi chimwe vatori neushamwari kundopandukirana kwari kuita pari zvino, but vanenge vachizivana. So Rutendo Matinyarare akataura kuti ndakareceiva mameseji achibva kumauto achitaura kuti hona vanhu vako vaya vatanga ngavangozviedze tione. Patakazoona Temba Muliswa akabuda achikumbira ruregerero kuna Vice President Chiwenga, akatotaura paX yakachitoti kunyangwe ndakavatuka ndinokumbira ruregerero ndinoti sorry. Apo patakaona Weeknoch vayo futi achitaura chiti Vice President Chiwenga ndibaba vangu ndinowaremekedza zvikuru. So tiri kuona kuti zvigananda zviri kutya mhuri yeZimbabwe. So ndisingaende mberi mhuri yeZimbabwe tiri kuti timbonzwe vari kutsanangura nenhau yekutoti zvinhu izvi zvavoda kutiitisa zvokuti vanhu vange vachikanzela constitutional amendment bill number 3 ruda kusiyana naPresident Emmerson Mnangagwa havazotiitira zvavakatiita muna 2017 zvokutoti wawina chinhu ubva vati ndechedu. Sezvo muri kuona zviri kuitika pari zvino, ngatidzwe makombereda achitaura bari kana uri mutsva usabva usina kusubscribe, kulike nekushare. Ndoni ngatisangane nemunews dzinotevera.
This guy Komich, he came here and told us in 2017, he's the one who organized to bring people. Let's when the coup happened, he's the one who organized all that stuff. Document here.
Yeah, but you say all that stuff again. What is this? All this stuff you never mention. What is
this?
Shera, let me bring him up to speed. She's giving an introduction where this thing started. She demanded that, okay, this GNU, you guys were involved. You are now telling us something that is stupid, that you are organized. Is there anything that confirms that you organized the mass protest? But she is going to a point where there are several GNUs starting from 1980. Political leaders, they sit down and wake up in the morning, we're told there's an arrangement. That's where she's going with her narrative, just to help you. She can then continue. Thank you.
Okay. So what I'm saying, my brother, my politicians are not gara echibiga zvinzvavo pa room panap and cook up some stuff. Iwakubuda panze isusu povo takuudza kuti kwane government and all that stuff. What I've suggested, there's some demands which needs to be met. Our hospitals, there's nothing being done. There's so many things, a list of things which are listed. That guys, we have to have, let's put a document, everybody has to contribute per document. Anytime panapa, if whether chaita ma demo or whatever they decide, whatever they say, but we have to have a presentation of citizen inside that room. Kana vanhu vava vachitaura. You know what I'm saying? We have to have a presentation, citizen, a few citizens, and with our demand, these things have to be met. If they are not met, it's just that it is and all that stuff. And you have to be met. I've told my Zimbabweans, with the guys, regardless who comes in and runs Zimbabwe, if my citizens were not at the front involved, I can guarantee you nothing will ever change. Nothing will ever change. Citizens have to be involved. Right now, in a few days, I haven't heard, all I hear is about politics. I haven't heard anybody discuss and never move on. All I've heard, we haven't come up with a concrete 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as citizen prepared anything. Because ZANU, whatever happens, they can come in 24 hours, they've come up with anything. It's just we resist with Iowa as citizen. It's just this is what we need to demand and all that stuff. We need to change our ways. We are united here, not politics. You know what I'm saying? That's what I suggested, guys. Let's put our parties aside. Let's be citizens, Munom, and all that stuff. We demand this is what we want to be done. We're being abused, never know. Abuse is enough, Zimbabweans, never know. It's simple and straightforward. Look at what Ramaphosa. Now they're doing their own thing and all that stuff. It's just we have to hold these people accountable. All of them are divided. And guess what? When it comes to ZANU Singa Bikiki Zwaganaka, whatever they do, guess what? My politicians never are, all these organizations that are formed, they cannot unite. These guys, it's almost dead rock streak. We haven't had any unite, never know. Because everybody, anema ego, we're not BT, we're not everybody, anema egos and all that stuff. It's just citizens, let's unite. Let us unite.
So just a follow-up, Zambezi. If there's a backlash, it's going to be a backlash on this cap thing, which I believe, strongly believe, but sometimes you need to do a poll, guys, and conspiracies are good, actually. There's going to be a backlash. In your view, Zambezia, is it inevitable that we'll have people coming from nowhere calling these politicians to say, guys, no, we don't want war because this can spread to Zambia, South Africa, they'll come and mediate, and then we find ourselves in another GNU. Are we prepared? Are we prepared to say, no, this time around, borrowing from what Carol is saying? Are we ready to say, this is what we want, this is the Zimbabwe that we want? I'm able to say this because I hear people talking here. The Zimbabwe that I want is this, that. Do we have something that we can present? And by the way, let me say, I don't care who presents it. And because it's not easy for us to have an agreement, to sit under a tree and agree. But do we have something, even from an individual, to say when that happens, when that day comes, this thing is going to crash, this cab. It's actually on the verge of collapse. We're still with the other leg falling. Ramaphosa is gone. This thing is dead. But then it's not going to excite me because I know this has happened and it can be repeated if we are not careful. They will then tell us we are sorting out, we are uniting Zimbabweans, we are bringing sanity back to square one. Direct question to you, I think you got it. Is it fear of the unknown or it's inevitable that at some point there'll be ceasefire and we will continue to be spectators? Will our situation change just because this cab is crashed? Will it change when these political leaders or whoever comes to mediate? Will they consider the plight of the citizens? I yield my mic. It's a question.
Who's taking that up? CRIO? I don't know.
No, but you seem to have appetite in engaging when someone is talking, which is good. But a very clear question, which demands you to respond because your keen interest just informs me that you've got something to say. Why are you taking your feet? I don't want to question why.
CRIO was saying something.
Is this created the appetite to engage? Because I think that is very important and it's inevitable. And history, it can repeat itself. We've had more than 5 GNUs since 1980. A simple question to say, what do you think? Is it inevitable that we may find ourselves in a GNU?
Senor, I will tell you what, I come from a different school of thought. So when you and Shah were talking about these revolutions where people no longer vote and there are some powerful people who start doing the right thing, personally, I don't believe in that kind of stuff. Basically, I don't believe in revolutions. I think they always deliver worse results.
But
I
what I've just
believe
said is
in
not a revolution. It's a question whether, do you think that won't happen?
Yeah, because it aligns with what you are saying, where there is a sudden change and people ask citizens, what are you going to have? I don't believe in such schemes.
No,
I believe
I'm not,
in...
what you are responding, I respect that you're not responding to my question. Right now, there is war in Iraq. It will come to an end. There will be negotiations. I'm just trying to...
So in our country, we don't have that. And I think in our country, we are going to have
Thank
gradual
you. I
change.
deliberately did say that because that now there's a stalemate. It's either this thing will succeed, which I don't want to say I don't think it won't succeed. Are we saying if it doesn't succeed, then end of story, full stop, or there will be people sitting on the table? We wake up in the morning, we're told there's a new government or there's this and that. It's a question that I'm addressing to you to say, is there no need? You don't think there's need for us to prepare for that situation? That's all I'm asking.
How would
I'm
we
not
prepare?
asking you if you.
What
I'm
I'm
not
saying,
asking. I'm not
Zambezi,
asking
what
if
I'm
you
saying,
believe in a revolution or not. I'm simply saying, let's relax and say, okay, all things being equal, this thing is a snake. Are you saying it will? What will happen? And I'm saying, don't you think that decisions will be made by others, not citizens? It's a question that I'm directing to you. I don't think it's
okay,
difficult to
the other
articulate
thing,
it.
citizen, what I'm saying, I'll give you an example. 20, what was 2017? Zimbabweans, akabuda akaenda ku street, akademonstrate, whatever, and everything died down and all that stuff. We're used, my citizens. Isusu were used in my citizen, vakamanya nechinchao and all that stuff. What I'm saying, good now, whatever happens, you know what I'm saying, whether they stop this thing or whatever happens, you know, they were used, everybody went to their homes and nothing, we didn't know, vakafamba nechinchao. What I'm saying, Isusu as povo, we have to be, prepare ourselves with, okay, stop and all that stuff. The game forward. It's just as citizen, we have to demand certain things. My civil servants are so bad. My apana mvura, nothing. Some of the roads are not done and everything because nobody is being. My citizens, we've been laid behind with dogarapans and all that stuff. But now we want to be on the table, hold these people accountable. I don't know whether people are aiming.
My sister Carol. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, my brother.
Yes. Do you remember what I said to you last time we had the conversation?
Go ahead, I'm.
Hello. Yeah. So I remember very well what you have been saying, and I agree with you. But last time we had a conversation, I highlighted to you something that we don't have, and that's where we are failing. And that's one thing that we need to do with that fail, which is organizing. If we are not an institution or an organization that says we are this organization that is backed by the power, which is the people, evidenced by affiliation of hundreds of thousands of Zimbabweans who believe in whatever we are saying. And we are saying we are demanding this. Without that, we can write everything we want, but they will just ignore it because it will be just five of us who just wrote a document, and we don't even have channels to get there. We
All
don't
right.
even have a voice.
Let me explain. I've sent it some of like, women, like some of the women, like churches, women, I've shared with some of my vision with Amy. This is what and they agree, what I'm saying, and all that stuff. Because I had asked to share with some other people, which you guys can share. If people want to add or separate and share with the other people, what I'm saying. I've shared the document. Never some people might know and all that stuff. Some of the leaders, organizations, some of people and all that stuff. This is the vision we have as citizens, just in case, and all that stuff. I've shared that document with some of people. But
And I have that document. I read it. Sorry for the background noise. I read the document, and from my honest perspective, it still lacks a lot of detail of what we are trying to do.
That's exactly what I've asked. I've asked people to add, separate whatever we need. You know what I'm saying? Add some of the stuff. It wasn't my document. It was something which was just drafted, which we had
Exactly,
agreed.
but
Yes.
do you appreciate what I'm saying? I could be wrong, but my
Yeah, I
point
appreciate.
is,
Yeah, that's what I told you.
without an
That's what
organization that is claiming these demands, these people in how they are organized, they will just ignore us no matter what resolutions they come
Yeah,
up.
so
So
let
that's
me
what
answer
we
you
need
quickly
at the
and
moment,
close.
and
Let
we are
me
not
answer
doing
you
that.
quickly and close the gap. I won't sugarcoat. So what's happening here is a draft, which was requested